While visiting my good buddy Joe out in Southern California, I got the chance to go to Big Bear Bike Park. Unfortunately, after we pulled up and were headed to the ticket booth, it started to thunder and lightning and rain. Every time there was a lightning strike, they'd put another 30-minute delay on when the bike park would open back up. I was determined to ride something, and as I looked around back, I noticed that there were people walking up one of the lift paths and were riding a small trail. It was a skills path down. So while we waited to see what the weather was going to do, I decided to do a few laps on this small trail. It took us about 2 hours to get to Big Bear, and the plan was to ride for a few hours at Big Bear, and then we were going to go down and meet some friends of mine at Snow Valley. So each time the lightning struck, I knew it was a little bit more unlikely that I'd actually be able to ride further up in the park. We had actually planned to come to Big Bear last year for the Fox National, but with the forest fires, the park was closed and we weren't able to actually make the trip. So it was a little bit of a bummer that second attempt to ride at Big Bear would get foiled by the weather. Every time there was a lightning strike, the park would get closed for an additional 30 more minutes. At this point, it was likely that the park wouldn't open until about 2 to 3:30 in the afternoon, if it opened at all. I was able to catch a little cat nap as Joe drove us down to Snow Valley. The rain had actually come through earlier, but it played as an advantage here at Snow Valley since it's a lot more sandy and loose, so the conditions were prime. After a few warm-up laps, it was time to hit one of the more difficult trails. Jim and Chris and the rest of their crew ride here every Sunday, and it was great to be back riding with my friends. So what's the pecking order here? Where should I be?
Wherever. Find a spot.
You want me on the back, or where do you want me?
No, you're fine. You were. I don't know. We're all kind of fast, so
I'm gonna take the tail.
right where you're at.
All right.
The wheel spin.
No slow. Jump line.
Sean, move farther up forward if you're going to do the jump line. Follow these. Chris and
The lunatics.
the lunatics.
The lunatics.